It's possible that some of you who are from outside of the United States might be wondering, is there really poverty in the U.S.? Aren't they all rich there? Aren't the streets paved with gold or something like that? So we're committed to making media that tells the real stories of poor and working people in our country and makes those things visible. There's two histories of organizing that we come from. One is the call of the Zapatistas to create an independent media for the global war against neoliberalism. The other tradition comes from the last years of Martin Luther King's work. In his last years before he was assassinated, Martin Luther King was creating a poor people's campaign that was bringing together people from different races in the U.S.
We are tired of working full-time jobs for part-time income.
This work was carried on throughout the next decades by a series of organizations working with homeless people, with people on welfare, and other poor people in the U.S. Many of the people who founded the Media Mobilizing Project came out of this work. People started to realize that it didn't matter if you did an action, how many people you brought out, if none of the media reported on it. And in the 90s, at the same time that the U.S. was cutting people's welfare benefits and putting people out on the street, they were also passing laws to consolidate the media further. Poverty was becoming less and less visible, both on the streets, through criminalization, but also through the media. The first maybe experience that brought about the organization was a campaign with workers at Walmart. Organizers from what would become MMP conducted audio interviews with workers on their lunch breaks in cars in the parking lot outside of the store. They started to formulate this model of organizing and media production. These interviews were a chance for them to both understand what the problems these people were facing and what their understanding of the larger situation they were facing was.
It isn't about attacking Walmart. This is about demanding more responsibility.
The media is produced collaboratively, so that people who are transcribing the audio interview have a chance to listen very carefully to these stories, and it helps in the process of politicizing people.
I believe that the organization of this type will be able to help us as cab drivers within the entire city. So anything that it would take for this objective to be implemented fairly so that there will be no misunderstanding or dispute among us, I'd like to be a witness too, because it is historical so far, as far as I can see.
We have built a network of different organizations working on different struggles in Philadelphia, from service worker unions, high school students, people working against casino construction, immigrants, are building a relationship through a media partnership. So sometimes we do basically producing PSAs or media about a campaign that that organization can then use in their work. Identified the need for strong leadership and many strong leaders as an important first step. And we also obviously see that media and communications is part of the strategy, a very strategic thing to do right now.
Hola, muy buenos días. Gente bonita de Imócali, les saluda su amigo Luis Alberto de Jesús.
3 radio programs. A Spanish language program, one show that's produced by high school students who are organizing for a better education, one that's produced by a group of labor leaders and other people about labor issues in the city, where we're training several people who have never done television before. We also have a blog that many people contribute to with different types of news, personal reflection. So this process is an organizing process, and it's a process of developing a strong group of people committed to working with each other.